Welcome everyone. So today we are going to start from chlor-alkali process. We have already covered most of the topics of chapter 2 before vacation. Only few topics are left which we have to revise. But all the topics of chapter 2 we have already discussed everything in detail, and I also provided notes of all the topics of chapter 2. So I hope that all of you have completed your notebook. That means the notes which I have provided, exercise questions and in-text questions. So all these things you need to complete in your notebook. Now as I have already informed you that the syllabus for your pre-midterm exam is chapter 1 and chapter 2. So both these chapters you need to prepare very well, especially this chapter 2. Now let us start with chlor-alkali process. Now this process it is used for manufacturing caustic soda, that means sodium hydroxide NaOH. As you can see from the figure that first of all the thing which we require is brine solution. Now what is brine? Brine is the aqueous solution of sodium chloride. Now in the electrolytic tank you can see that here we are having in total 4 ions, 2 positive ions and 2 negative ions. So how we have got these 4 ions? These 4 ions it has came from the brine solution itself. That means when you will dissolve NaCl in water, then NaCl it will break down into its constituent ions because it is an ionic compound. As it breaks down into its ions, so it will produce Na plus and Cl minus ions. When NaCl is dissociating into its constituent ions, then water is also getting dissociated into its constituent ions, which are H plus ion and OH minus ion, and that is how in total we have got 4 ions. So 2 positive ions are sodium ion and hydrogen ion, and 2 negative ions are chloride ion and hydroxide ion. Now what happens, see, we are having 2 positive ions and 2 negative ions, but only one positive ion will migrate towards cathode and one negative ion will migrate towards anode. As you can see that cathode it is negative electrode and anode it is positive electrode. So as cathode is negative electrode, so positive ion, because of the opposite force of attraction, uh, because of the opposite charges you can say, so the positive ion will migrate towards cathode, and towards anode negative ion will migrate because anode is positive electrode. So as we are having 2 positive ion and 2 negative ion, but because of the selective discharge, only one positive ion will migrate and one negative ion will migrate. So the positive ion which migrate towards cathode is hydrogen ion, and the negative ion which migrate towards anode is chloride ion. When these ions they are migrating towards cathode and anode, as you can see that from this figure, they have almost surrounded these two electrodes. So the only two ions which remain in the solution are sodium ion and hydroxide ion. Now the sodium ion and hydroxide ion they will combine together and they will form NaOH, sodium hydroxide. So that is why from the other side of the tank you can see that we are also continuously taking out the sodium hydroxide which is getting formed. That is why it is written that brine containing NaOH, because we are continuously taking out the formed NaOH. This is how we are getting NaOH. Now let us see that how we are getting hydrogen gas and chlorine gas. So as you can see that on the at cathode hydrogen ions they are surrounding cathode. So the reaction which is taking place at cathode, that hydrogen ions it is gaining electron from cathode, because cathode is having excess of electron and that is why it is negative electrode. So hydrogen ion is gaining electron from cathode and it is forming hydrogen atom. Now two hydrogen atom they are combining and they are forming hydrogen molecule, which is hydrogen gas, and that is how you can see that at cathode hydrogen gas is released. Now this reaction at cathode and at anode, this is not given in your book. They have directly given that hydrogen gas is liberating at cathode and chlorine gas is liberating at anode. But how to understand that how these gas are liberating at different electrodes? Because of this reaction. So this reaction you have to prepare. This is also part of your syllabus, though it is not given in your book. Now at anode you can see that chloride ions they are surrounding anode. So chloride ions, as they are having excess electron, that is why that is why chlorine ion is a negative ion, and anode it is deficient of electrons. So chlorine ion will lose its electron. Chloride ion will give its electron to anode because it is having deficient of electron. So chloride, when it give its electron to anode, then it is forming chlorine atom, and when these two chlorine atom they are combining, then they are forming chlorine molecule, which is liberating or releasing in the form of chlorine gas, and that is how chlorine gas liberated at anode. So you don't have to complicate the things, you don't have to uh, get confused, because you only have to understand that here in case of chloralkali process there are three products. The main product, uh, the main product is NaOH, sodium hydroxide, and to manufacture sodium hydroxide only we are carrying out this process. But the other two products, which are byproducts, chlorine gas and hydrogen gas, they are also useful. So here we can say that in this process we are getting in total three products, which are NaOH, chlorine gas and hydrogen gas. And how they are getting formed? So NaOH I have already told you, because in the solution sodium ion and hydroxide ions they are combining and they are forming NaOH, and that is how we are collecting it. Then at hydrogen gas is liberated at cathode and chlorine gas is liberated at anode. That we can understand with the help of reaction which is taking place at cathode and at anode. Now see, this is very important, and you also have to remember that these two gases are liberating, and these two gases are liberating at which electrode, that is also important. So you will find that these questions they are mostly asked in MCQ type of questions. That is why you have to understand this figure and this reaction properly. Now let us understand the theoretical part. So the process of electrolysis of aqueous solution of sodium chloride or brine solution is called chlor-alkali process, because of the products form chlor for chlorine and alkali for sodium hydroxide, and that is how it has got, this process has got its name as chlor-alkali, because of the two main products which is getting formed. The three useful products obtained are sodium hydroxide, chlorine gas and hydrogen gas. So this is about the chlor-alkali process. Next time we will discuss about bleaching powder and then baking soda, washing soda. Only few topics are remaining. So next time we are going to discuss about these topics. Thank you.